Alright, what is up YouTube? It's your boy BSB back here with another video, and I wanted to give my thoughts on the brand new Wyatt family, Wyatt 6, whatever the fuck they call it, really the debut of Uncle Howdy. Now what I think, I missed Raw last night, so I didn't get to catch this live. I saw a little bit of it, so this is not like my initial reaction, but this is my reaction. Now, what I think is, I don't want to call this stupid because I don't want to disrespect the memory of Bray Wyatt. This is a homage to Bray Wyatt. I really enjoyed Bray Wyatt as a wrestler. I didn't really enjoy the Fiend gimmick, and I'll get into that later. This part is important. But I did enjoy Bray Wyatt when he used to wear like the Hawaiian shirts with the bucket hat. That Bray Wyatt, the Bray Wyatt that faced John Cena and the Undertaker. That was a Bray Wyatt I really enjoyed. But now the Fiend, a lot of people are a fan of the Fiend, and this new Wyatt family, this new Wyatt 6 is inspired by the Fiend. I believe Bray Wyatt was supposed to continue on with this group. This was supposed to be like his new group, and he was supposed to be the head of it. Now Uncle Howdy is at the head of it, which I don't have a problem with. I have no problem with Bo Dallas honoring his brother. He has every right to do that, and I'm still gonna give this a chance. I'm not completely gonna shit on this and say this is ass, but I will. I'm gonna give my unfiltered opinion. Now, this is like borderline stupid because we're starting to lose the plot. At some point, these people have to become wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? They have to have a match. They're showing the backstage view of everything that's happening, and the first thing you see is the 6 different Wyatt family characters, which is cool. This was a cool visual. They showed these people in different instances. Like, they would show, the first person they showed, I'm not sure, this dude had like a fucking sledgehammer, and it was like he smashed like fucking like Gunther's head on the floor. It was like fucking Gunther and Ashanti the Adonis like on the floor like fucking dead, and or some fucking like WWE staff guys or whatever. So it's like they fucking killed him, and this guy, he's just standing there with a sledgehammer. I thought that was a cool visual. Then we got some more visuals with this guy who kind of looked like the Fiend. He had like the blonde dreads, and he's sitting in the like gorilla area, and we see fucking Chad Gable got fucking like shot in his fucking head. But this is my point, right? We're starting to lose the plot. Like I said, these people have to become wrestlers at some point. Now I know wrestling is over the top, and that's what makes wrestling. But once people start getting shot in the head, now I know he didn't Chad Gable literally get shot in the head, but once you have visuals like that of these people on, like Gunther's on the floor, knocked out next to Ashanti the Adonis, Chad Gable looks like he has a bullet in his head. How do you explain that next week? Do we just act like nothing happened until they start their first feud and they attack like the first person, like the New Day or something? Let's just say they attack the New Day or something like that. Do we just forget that they shot Chad Gable in the head last week and move on like it was their debut? Now, if that's what happens, I'll forget it too. I'm willing to move on with the program, but I just want to know what's next. Like, how do you stay the course with this? What do you really do after this without making this shit like too hacky? Like, what do you really do after this without making this shit like too, like, not goofy, but like, because I'm just thinking, like, what would the casual viewers, not the casual viewer, like, what would a normal person on the street think if I showed them this? Like, would they be interested to see what's up next week? And I'm telling them, this is wrestling. They'd be like, what the fuck? This is wrestling? Like, this is, like, I'm not gonna say this is some TNA shit, but this reminds me of like this is like some broken Matt Hardy shit, bro. This is like some TNA shit, like some TNA murder mystery shit. But I'm willing to give it a chance, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that it's a homage to Bray Wyatt, and I completely respect that. And that's why I'm willing to give it a chance. But my initial thoughts are, were this is kind of silly. And but I'm willing to give it a chance. Wrestling is supposed to be silly, supposed to be over the top, supposed to be having larger than life characters. But yeah, I don't want them to fuck this up. I don't want them to go too far with this. Like, this like, I don't want to say this has retribution written all over this, but this reminds me of like a retribution. Like, this reminds me of like, this is, I don't want to say this is retribution. I'm not gonna say this is retribution, but be careful. They need to be careful with this. They need to be careful with this, and I'm really interested as to what a non-wrestling fan would think of this. Like, if I show my mom this shit, like, what the fuck would she think of this? Shit, the fuck are you watching? But yeah, you know, best of luck to them though. Best of luck to them. There is a fan base for this. Bray Wyatt did have a lot of fans, and people will support this no matter what. Like I said, there is a niche, not a niche fan base, but there is a group of people who enjoy like the horror aspect of things. So moving forward, I do wonder who he goes after first. Maybe it's Jey Uso, or maybe Jey Uso just happened to have. Maybe Jey Uso just happened to win the main event, and that was their debut. But it looks like he might go after Jey Uso next. If it's not Jey Uso, I'm not sure who it's going to be. And yeah, I'm really interested to see how this may go. I know I said it was stupid, but they do have me hooked on to like see what happens next. I do wonder, like, do the people who got jumped backstage, like do they group together to because if this happened not real, because this is obviously fake as shit, but like, if this happened realistically, right? Like, you're gonna come to work next week and just act like nothing happened, like like fucking Gable didn't get shot the week before, like we're not gonna do nothing about it. So yeah, I really wonder what happens, and like people are already feuding with each other. So like, how does this work? They destroyed the locker room and basically attacked everybody with fucking sledgehammers and shit. How does this play out next week? Like, do people come back wanting their revenge? Is Gunther gonna want like a match with one of these fucking guys next week? Is Gable gonna want a match with one of these fucking guys next week? Like, how does this work? Yeah, that's really my whole problem with it. I'm not necessarily don't even have a problem with it, but that's my whole question about it. But that's the good thing about it. They got me asking questions, and that's what the product is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you ask questions. And that's all I gotta say about that, y'all. It's your boy BSB. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.